Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll show you how you can self-host n8n on a Amazon EC2 instance. Come on, let's jump into the video. Go to AWS, go to launch instance, and I'll pick a T3 large instance so that it's gonna be a production grade application. So you don't trust on T3 micro or small, it will not work fine. So let me take it as n8n instance. Okay, so I'll just select Ubuntu and let's go down. So if you select Free Tier, you'll get 750 free hours per month, but these free instances will not be enough if you're running a n8n. So what I will do is select this Free Tier one. That's fine. And when you go to the instance type, click on here, and you can see here T3 nano, micro, medium and small. I will go with T3 large, okay, so that you will get enough RAM for your application to run. So if you prefer a smaller one, it's not going to work fine. So I'm just going to tell you up front. Just create a key value pair so that you can use that when you are trying to log in through SSH. And I will increase this to, you need at least 16 GB of memory. If you go with 8 GB, it's gonna fill up once for your installation itself. And if you create workflow, your application will not start. Choose 30 GB of storage. Okay, I'll just choose 30 GB of storage and launch the instance. And my instance is up. Let me go into that. Click on connect, and it'll just go into the EC2 instance connect. That should be fine. Just click on connect. So once the instance is up, just as a first step, let's update the packages. Now let's install Docker and Docker Compose. Once that is done, you can I have already added all the Docker related files to my repository. You can just clone this, git clone, paste it. Once that is done, you can cd into that directory and do Docker compose up -d. Should bring up all the n8n related images, and it'll bring up all the containers up. Meanwhile, while we are waiting, I'll explain what the n8n worker does. So the n8n worker, it's a separated dedicated process that performs the actual workflow execution in n8n setup. Okay, so while the main thread that just acts as managing the user interface, API and workflow definition, and all the workflow will be queued into the Redis, and that's why we have a Redis installed and pulled in here, and that Redis queue will be executed by the worker. The n8n worker will take that from the Redis queue, and then it will perform the worker execution. And that's the benefit actually. So when you have a worker in place, the workflow will run in background using the worker, and your user interface will not be interrupted. Okay, so our instances are up. I think the Docker containers are up. So let me do sudo docker yes, and copy the address 5678. And if you look at here, the n8n is up, but it's not working because we have the n8n secure cookies set to true. So if you guys want to disable that, you can set it to false in the environment file that is there on the. So if you look at here in the environment file, you can just update this to false, so that you'll be able to access it even with HTTP. So now the next step is I'm going to install NGINX Proxy Manager, create a proxy host that will redirect the application to this 5678 port. And what I'm going to do is next I'll just point our EC2 instance to my custom domain. It's going to be n8n.creativestudio14.com, and add the IP address, the public IP address that you copied, and then just make it as a DNS only and save it. Okay, once you save this, and we'll be able to access it through my domain. And you still see the same error page, and that means it's working fine. Let me go back to the EC2 instance, and let's move out of this directory. And next step is going to install the n8n, right? So let me go back and go to the n8n repository. So I mean, like the NGINX proxy repository. Go to NGINX Docker and just copy this. The EC2 instance, git clone, paste, enter, cd NGINX Docker. I think we'll just do Docker compose up. That's it. So this is going to download the NGINX proxy manager, and it's the backend DB. So I'm using MariaDB as the backend. Okay. So the NGINX proxy manager has been created. We can just do Docker ps to see the list of containers that are running. So we can see MariaDB here, and then NGINX proxy manager. The NGINX proxy manager runs on port 81. So we need to add a rule to access 81. And then I'll add this, save it, go back here, and then we'll access the port via 81. Press enter, and you see here the application is up, and the first initial password is going to be admin@example.com. so those you can copy it from you can refer the actual documentation, and change me is the password. So click on save. You'll be able to get into this page, and you can give your name and nickname, and you also need to provide your email address. So update the password and save it. Okay, I'll change it later. Click on proxy host, add proxy, and I'll do n8n.creativestudio14.com. and for this, to forward the port, you can just give the private IP. So you can copy that and put it here, and then you need to forward it to 5678. That is the actual instance. And you enable the WebSocket support, because the n8n needs WebSocket support, and go to SSL and force it, and HTTP support should be fine, and then save it. There you go, it's online. Just click on the host name, and you see there now the n8n workflow is up and running on our custom domain. So you just have to give your username, password, and then click on enter, and you can go into the application and create the workflow from here. That's it for this video. If you feel this video is helpful, please give a like and comment and subscribe to our video. Thank you.